What's going on, fam? It's the entertainer, the motivator, the educator, Lucky Murray, and I'm back with a special Sunday CHH Today. I usually don't put a video out on Sunday, but there's been so much things happening, and I want to talk about this WHATUPRG situation that went down on Twitter. And me and Miguel, if you don't know, we have a morning show every morning, Monday through Friday, called the Morning Vibes, every day, Monday through Friday on Radio UNT. Hit the card or the link below. But WHATUPRG went on a Twitter rant. I want to talk about it real quick, man. So WHATUPRG started and said the industry don't hate you because you're Christian. Your music just whack. And then he said, my last tweet was not said in love. I apologize if anyone took offense. I'm just tired of seeing Christians make mediocre art and then blaming the gospel for their lack of reception. And then WHATUPRG tweeted again and said the bar is too high to let the 2012 youth group music slide. Ty, Few, Paris, Deal, Aha, ... It's so many of us pushing to make quality art. I don't understand why people gas the nonsense. He said that people thought I came out of nowhere, but I've been making music since I was 7. Pleasant Hill was 7 out of 100 bad songs I made throughout the years. And then he said discard the tweet because it came off arrogant, shaking my head. And then you had people like Rockstar JT get into the actions, and Rockstar JT was simply saying, like, you know, when he said the 2012 youth group move music let slide, he said, dang, I thought it actually good. Well, that's it. I don't get mentioned, I quit, you know, kind of a laughing moment. But I'm gonna go back to, I think, why there's some truth behind that. And then Rockstar JT also said, on a serious note, artists stop getting offended by everything. If you know you make good music, don't let another man detour you. And then with this youth group tweet, you know, the bar is too high to let that 2012 youth group music slide. He mentioned a handful of artists. And then Dylan Chase, shout out Dylan Chase, man. He came in, he said, for one thing, you don't have as experience of those who have to survive, provide, and evolve for 15 years do. In the time I learned tweets like this don't help. They exalt self by lowering other people. Book 2012 sounded guys because they don't rock with the new, and that's okay. And he came back and said again, by all means, celebrate what you guys are doing, encourage each other, but you can do it without negativity. And I want to go right there, and I want to talk about what WHATUPRG is saying, and I want to go back to that Rockstar JT situation as far as him putting it out. Here's what I think about WHATUPRG, and I think it's tweet. Okay, you cannot call people music trash if you don't rock with it. That's your opinion. There's a lot of people that I do not necessarily like their music, but other people do. And for you to sit here and be like, oh man, your music whack, that's why the industry don't like you. And a lot of people's coming for WHATUPRG like, yo, you know, whack sounds good when you sound with reach. You know, that's one tweet said, and they was like, you know, he's spilling tea, he's telling the truth. But I think it's a little arrogance right there, if you ask me. Because if we break down WHATUPRG and we look at his album that released last year, Pleasant Hill, he mentioned in another tweet that said, hey, Pleasant Hill is 7 records of me doing 100 songs out the year. I started making music when I was 7. Pleasant Hill was not that good to me. That's my opinion. Now, you can go to the comment section and you can comment down below and we can get it started down there. But I didn't really think that what WHATUPRG was doing prior to Reach Records, it translated when he got to Reach Records. So here's what I feel. I feel for you to talk about something, hey, that 2012 youth group sounding junk, we can't let it slide. What are you doing for the culture? I'm talking about outside of Christian hip hop. A lot of these Christian hip hop artists, they think that they're in this big old space, but Christian hip hop is extremely small. If I go to my local area and I just ask, hey, have you ever heard of WHATUPRG? People are like, who? What? What are you exactly pushing? If you want to sit there and say, oh, people make whack music, blah, blah, blah. Now, if I'm critiquing, I'll let you know, hey, I don't like particular sound, whatever. But I'm not just gonna go off the hinges and be like, yo, I don't like your sound, blah blah blah. Then name a selective group of people. And what up? And Rockstar JT actually had a tweet. He tweeted it. I wasn't able to save it, but he tweeted it when I went back. Basically, it was like, I'm done with the clicks. That's why I'm in my own lane. I have some fans that are CHH and I have another fans that are not, but I'm going my way. And that was a tweet that exactly what he said, but he deleted it. Since deleted it, and he was like, yo, he put out on the serious note, don't let nobody discourage you. But I do think that Rockstar JT is discouraged by this because his name was not mentioned in the big scheme of things. And if you think about this week, WHATUPRG put out the record How We Coming with 1K Few and Top Browser, which by the way I thought was a really good song. And then on the same day, Rockstar JT put out Drip Bayless with Aha Gazelle and Paris Careers, which I thought was a pretty good song as well. But this is the problem with CHH, and I'm gonna wrap this up because I'm probably gonna talk about this more on my podcast, but I feel as though I don't like the hitting tweets. You see what I'm saying? The what's the word I'm looking for? The indirect diss. Yo, the reason why people don't like your music, who is yours? WHATUPRG? Who is yours? And the problem that I feel like with Christian hip hop is that the perception of it in the artist side is like, yo, we all rock together. In all actuality, a lot of these dudes do not even talk or associate with each other. A lot of these dudes have different type of cliques and everything else. A lot of these guys, they put on for the gram, they put on for Twitter, they put on for Facebook, but in all actuality, we are in a small little bubble, okay? Christian hip hop is not that big, okay? And I think that if you're pushing something, how are you pushing it for the mainstream? And I feel like these guys are great at their talent, but nobody is pushing the mainstream agenda. By the way, nobody in mainstream really knows who you are. So before we get to talk about, 2012 sounding youth group music, there's a lane for artists like that too. Make the youth group music. There's artists that whatever you want to sound. If I don't like your music, there's somebody that may like your music. So I'm not gonna call your music whack or trash or whatever. Bro, if you gonna talk, hey, come out with your album, let's see the sales, let's see the numbers, let's see the impact that it has outside of this Christian hip hop bubble. Because apparently a lot of these artists don't get it. Guys, you're not that big, okay? Okay, you're not that big. So, and if you think about this, a lot of these artists, when they go to certain cities, they only can get between 20 and 25 people to show up at their shows because they do not have the reach that they think they have. So I need your guys' opinion on this situation, and it's a little long-winded, but I felt like it needs to be done because I'm tired of artists. I'm tired of different people dissing Christian hip hop, and there's people that really put in work for the genre. And hey, like, who are you to say what's music whack? And I love what Dylan Chase said. Like, look, there's ways to do that without being discouraging. And I think these half-hearted tweets, it sounds like a half-hearted apology, to be honest with you. And WHATUPRG said, yo, the crew, they shout out the crew like, look, yo, I bet you gonna make a video about this. And the crew didn't, but your boy Lucky Murray did. So again, it's the entertainer, the motivator, the educator, Lucky Murray. And please don't forget all three. All right, said that. I'm just hyped, man. Please comment below. Let me know what you think. Let's talk about this thing, man. But yes, sir. Until next time, people.